Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, I need to share with you guys a couple of crazy trades. Now, first of all, XRP has broken out like we talked about very recently. Our first target still stands here at 37 cents. We're getting very freaking close, all right? Stock market and everything, of course, is not moving right now. It is Sunday, and that's one reason to be careful with these fake moves over the weekend. Right, and that's what's happening right now. We continue to see Bitcoin continue to do well, so to speak. We still have to be a little bit cautious because it can be taken down at all of these previous levels here. And since it's the weekend, it's not too crazy to just get a fake out where the Bitcoin price goes crazy throughout the day, but still ends it below, for example, 21.1 thousand, leading this to be a fake out. We want some really juicy, volume-backed breakouts with confirmation, and hopefully that's what we're going to see here shortly. As I said before, my own target for Bitcoin is 21.7 thousand. We are almost there. And from that point up forward, I actually have to think about what new position to open, as I definitely consider the most bullish side, but it depends on how we close. Let's say that we indeed do get ourselves a very bullish close above this marker right there. Sorry for the two little drawings. Above the 21.7 thousand level, I can consider opening or actually making bigger, I don't know how to say it perfectly, my long position, purely because we've gone past a lot of the resistance that we've had since the middle of June. That could be a very huge thing indeed. For Bitcoin, still, most of our reversal showcases still stand the same. Guys, I still think we're going to see a relief rally at least to 29,000, but most likely even a little bit higher, maybe toward 31,000, as we've not basically given up on this bottom at the 2017-18 all-time high. We're still standing pretty strong. Here you can see again, we have the Pi cycle bottom, which flashed. We have the RSI, which is extremely low. And we, of course, have this 2017-2018 top at that point, which is now our new bottom. And from the most, biggest dip in 2020 to the highest point of the bull run. If we take the Fibonacci, we can see that this exact point at $19,000, which is basically where our biggest dip lied, in terms of close, that is also the 0.236 Fibonacci. It's a very strong level right here. Since it has not gotten broken, I'm still remaining pretty bullish on the matter. Here's another little falling wedge we talked about before. Again, guys, it just looked like the most logical bottom to form for Bitcoin. Then again, I've been actually scouting out a little bit, and I'm noticing, hey, there's actually a little descending trend line going on. All right, if you look on the daily and actually draw it down all the way from March 29th, all the way towards right now, you can see we're actually just on a descent, right? Lower highs every single time, and right now that could finally be broken. All right, most likely it will. But then again, what are we looking for in the near future? 29,000. That's the most logical place to hit in the near future. If we do break out, I'm not sure what else to tell you guys with that story. It's just logic. If you're also wondering why Ethereum pumped so severely, well, I think mostly because they actually put up a specific date for the merge for Ethereum. And obviously that was around the time that things were doing really well and pumping pretty severely. So I'm thinking that the fact that they put up a date actually got kind of, it got people excited even more than just the news of it pumping, They put up saying, hey, it's going to be most likely during the week of September 19th. Again, it can be extended way, way, way further into the future. Nobody knows as of this point, except for these guys, I guess. But even they might not know. But it's about the idea, right? So yesterday, exactly, when things were doing really well, they said, hey, we have a specific date, so people got even more excited because, well, the narrative, like I said over on my other social media, is that it's going to allow for a lot more institutional investors to come in because of the ESGs, right? Because they are so worried about climate change and just proof of work being bad. And so the fact that they're switching to proof of stake might allow for a lot more companies to be like, yeah, we'll try it out. Yeah, we'll think about it. A little bit of news regarding Sri Lanka. The Sri Lanka Central Bank warns against digital asset investments amidst political unrest. This is also something we're going to see a lot more over the next couple of months, most likely. Crypto is getting a bigger and bigger threat, and countries really can't go around talking about it, at least to some degree anymore, at least in the near future, not anymore. Right now, one of the stances we've seen quite often is, we don't know just quite yet, in the same sense that the US is doing it. We're exploring it. But eventually, there's going to be so much money inside the circulation inside your country that you have two options. One, ban everything, go for CBDC. And two, regulate it to some degree and let some statements out. And, well, we don't know whether or not there's going to be bullish or bearish. It depends on the country's political goals. It depends on the country's economical goals. It depends on everything. But as it currently stands, we're going to see a lot more of this negativity, or at least these warnings. It's not strange though, right? ECB and all these other entities have also warned before. Central banks are not really for the liberalization, I guess, or liberation of you as a financial literate person. They make more money if you deposit it into your bank, which, again, if you're a really financially literate person, you have to go for which, again, a lot of people don't have access to. If you're a 20 million plus, 30 million plus individual, you'll get access to private banking, or I guess maybe if you have a little bit less, you go to different countries as well. That's where real money can be. But most of the time, if you put it into a bank, it's just you're lending it out for no real profitability. But because even in my bank, right, in the Netherlands before, I had to pay to keep it on there, right? It's crazy. Now, clients of crypto lender Celsius face long wait over fate of their funds. And that's also one of the things you got to understand. The more that crypto develops, the less of this we're going to see. But there might be one bigger collapse soon. That's why I keep saying, take your money off exchanges if it's dormant. That means if you're using it to some degree, it might be worth it to keep it on there because it's making you money. However, I would say stay with the higher ranks. So stay with a Binance, a Bybit, for example. Those are the guys I've met in real life that I know are doing really well. So even if they might lay off some staff, for example, you know they're liquid to the freaking fullest of degrees. With Celsius and all of these smaller ones, even Nexo, for example, it's huge. Nexo is huge, but I can't verify because I've never met them, never really seen their financial situation up close. I'm still too afraid to leave a lot of money on there. This might change in the near future. But I'm personally sticking to my gut here of sticking with the biggest ones because, again, you guys remember, not your keys, not your coins. So I've taken a lot of money off to my ledgers and whatnot, purely to make sure it's as safe as possible. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly let you guys know. If you're a Celsius or Voyager holder, by the way, might take a long time before you know exactly what's happening to your money, all right? I can't really help you guys with that. It might be a long time because filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy is like a restructuring, so it takes some time. Prioritize repayments to secured creditors, then unsecured creditors, and then equity holders. Yeah, unsecured creditors have no earmarked rights to any funds or anything. Everything's been commingled, Funhorn said. Sometimes it's a very small amount that's unsecured creditors get, but it's very complex, all right? But here he says 6 months the minimum just to develop a plan to come out of bankruptcy. So it might take another year before you actually get your money back. Three-dimensional chess. Very sad, especially in this bear market, right? When you want access to your money to buy some cheap cryptos. But hey, can't really help you guys with that. It is what it is. And regarding this, be careful. OpenSea even, who everybody thought was just huge. They cut 20% of the NFT market staff. Crypto winter and macroeconomic instability. True, all right, there might be a big recession where things might get even way worse. But also NFTs are just not as poppin' as they used to be. All right, but that was it for today's little crypto video. Just a quick little update on everything that's going on. We're still bullish on everything, even though my targets are almost hit. I think we have to extend on those targets because, well, the space is looking really bullish. I'm waiting for some extra triple confirmation, though, because the weekend is always kind of scary. It can really bounce back at the end of Sunday or at the beginning of Monday, as it very often does. So we're watchful of that. But generally speaking here, things are looking pretty good. Then again, let's not rule out that the bottom is not in for the longer term. But still, relatively, I think is now a good time to buy based upon everything I talked about just now and the fact that relatively we're at lowest prices in a very, very long time. Most importantly, though, the Pi cycle bottom. Extremely huge, extremely bullish because it's not flashed in 5 years or 7 years. I don't remember. It's crazy. Or a couple years, let's say 4 years. It's crazy bullish. It's crazy bullish.